Howdy guys, Bookie Laura here. It's almost March and that brings the most exciting time of year in a booktube calendar. It's middle grade March. If you don't know, this is a readathon that is set by Krista at Books and Jams and Katie at Life Between Words. And basically, the idea is to read as many middle grade books as you can. Whether that's one or whether that's 100 or probably somewhere in between, it's just a chance to celebrate middle grade and all the wonderful things that that brings. Now, if you're interested in taking part, I'll try and remember to leave a link to their channels below, but there are 5 challenges which they're kind of setting for those who want to. But if you don't want to do the challenges and you just want to read as much middle grade as you can, then that's welcome too. But I'm going to take you through the books that I have set as part of the challenges and then the other books that I'm hoping to get to in the month as well. So the first challenge is to read a non-fiction book or a book based on true events. I found this difficult, I think, because I'm not a massive fan of non-fiction, and it was difficult to find something that I thought actually I wanted to read rather than things that I felt I should read. But I found this in the library, which is Fact or Fiction, The Truth Behind Urban Myths. And I just thought, who's it by? Probably by a whole host of people. Yes, by a whole host of people it would appear. But I just thought the idea was really interesting, and it's presented in a way that looks like it's going to be quite straightforward and simple to read, but I will be reading non-fiction, so that's a good job. The second challenge is to read a book with a non-human main character. I had a couple, I think, in mind or on my shelf. No, apparently I'm lying, but anyway, I picked up another one from the library which I thought of straight away, and that was Michael Murpurgo's Warhorse. I have tried to read this aloud to my class several times and never had much success with it, so I'm hoping that reading it to yourself is going to work a lot better. The third challenge is to read a fantasy book. Now, I have a lot of books that fulfill this, but the one that I think I'm going to read as part for that challenge specifically is The House with Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson. This is a book that I've been umming and ahhing about reading for a while. It's been there a really long time and I'm really excited to read it, but I've never really got around to it. And it came up on my Choose My TBR video in February and I decided to leave it till March, so I'm really eager to sort of get that one as part of the challenges. The fourth challenge I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do at the moment. It is to read a book which is written in verse. I haven't found very many examples to choose from. I have ummed and ahed and considered possibly reading Cloud Busting, I think it's called, by Mallory Blackman, but I don't have a copy of it and I can't find one anywhere. So that may or may not happen, but I'm happy with not, because I kind of, if not, going to tie it in with my fifth one, which is to read a book with some level of diversity. And I found this book in the library which I loved. It's called A Change Is Gonna Come by assorted authors, but in it it says somewhere, oh, brand new stories and poetry about change. So it's going to have some poetry in there, so it might tick off that fourth challenge, but also the diversity is in there as well, and inspiring diversity too. So I'm really excited to read this, really. It's 12 Black, Asian and minority ethnic writers. It just sounds really cool. It really does, and the fact that some of it's poetry and stories is really cool. So those are the books which I am planning to read to meet the challenges. I will probably hurtle through those fairly early on in the month, because I then basically got all the rest of the middle grade books that I own together to try and read more of. Except for one. Another one that I picked up at the library was Jelly by Jo Cottrell. This was one that I heard about through work. But basically it's a main character is, how does it describe her? She has a personality as big as her size, and everyone kind of laughs about it and jokes about it, but it's about how inside she's more insecure than it would appear. And I thought that was a really interesting idea, and it's one that I might read to my class, but I wanted to give it a read myself. And then I've just got basically all the middle grade books I've got left. So we've got, I don't know which of these I'll read, but I want to plough through as many as possible. So I've got Gathering Blue by Lois Lowry, which is the second one. What's the first one called? Of The Giver. Then I've got The Last Chance Hotel by Nikki Thornton, which is a beautiful cover. And the guy in the bookshop said buy that, so I did. That's how easy it is to sell me books. The Dark Wild by Piers Torday, which is the second book in the Last Wild series, and I'm really excited to get around to it, and it's a signed book too, which is very cool. I've got Where the World Ends by Geraldine McCorian. Again, this was a cover purchase that I picked up ages ago and need to read. And then last but not least up here I've got Itch by Simon Mayo, Wondersmith, The Trials of Morrigan Crow, which is definitely getting read, and then The Marvels by Brian Selznick, which are all books which I may or may not get to. So this is kind of like my let's just see how we feel. Oh, and that one. And then these are the ones that I'm hoping to read for the challenges. If you are taking part in any way, shape or form, then please let me know whether you're reading one book, or whether you're doing all the challenges, or whether you're going to try, like Krista did last year, tried to read a book a day, which is just madness. But anyway, I hope you are taking part. If so, let me know. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.